Excuse me. Hey, everybody. Happy day one. Happy Monday. All of those things. As everyone jumps on, I hold on for 1 second. Let me see. Meeting group chat. So as you come on, please drop into the chat, say hi, and where you are tuning in from. You can just say hi, and then obviously the city, state, country, or wherever in the world you are watching to and from. Would love to obviously hear all of that. And I'm having one little issue. All right, awesome, wonderful. Let me see. Oh man, I'm trying to get back to all of the people that are a part of this. I can't get to the waiting room. Oh, there we go. Waiting room at all. Awesome. Yeah, so pop into the chat, hi, and where you are tuning in from, just so I know where everyone is coming in from. Awesome. And again, if you have not yet joined the Facebook group, then please do so. If you have not, obviously, it should be in any of the emails that have been going out. And just to kind of give everybody a sneak peek, I always like to go over some housekeeping before we dive into this week's training. So obviously, this is a full week's worth of training. We are going to be meeting every day, same time, same place, Monday through Thursday. As you can see, this is being recorded. So there will be replays available. They will be emailed out the next morning. So tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. in your inbox, you will have an email from me saying yesterday's replay, watch it here, and here's what to expect for day number 2. I also created a guides area in the Facebook group. If anyone obviously would like that, I'm going to drop a link in the chat really quickly. Let me see if that works. So in the chat right there, you're going to see something. It's a little Facebook link, and it takes you right to the private Facebook group. So if you want to obviously join that, make sure that you do. You'll request to join. I'll let everybody in, obviously, after we wrap up today. And at the very top, you're going to see something that says guides. And in that guides section, it's going to say day 1 replay, and it'll have the link, so on and so on. Just so everyone knows, you will be able to watch the replays until next Monday, which is October 30th. So you will have plenty of time to binge on all of this information. Now, I'm also going to be awarding a few different prizes this week. So obviously, there's going to be 3 days of training and 1 day of Q&A. So today, we're going to be training on LinkedIn video. Tomorrow, we're going to be training on LinkedIn market research polls. And Wednesday, we are going to be going over LinkedIn newsletters. And then obviously day 4 is our bonus day, which we're going to be doing full Q&A and live coaching with me for 60 minutes. Just to let everybody know, there's going to be a Q&A form sent out so people can actually pre-submit their questions from any of the 3 days. I will answer those first and foremost, and then I will open it up to the rest of the room. So you will be getting an email before obviously the Q&A session on Thursday, so you can start filling out your questions. So if everybody is clear on that so far, just drop a Y or a yes in the chat. I just want to make sure everybody is with me. So the guide section in the Facebook group is at the very top. It says guides. It'll say discussion, rooms, members, events, media, files, guides. You might have to hit more, but it'll appear once I actually post the first recording from today. So you may not see it now. It will appear once I do post the first one. Now, the other thing is for anyone that's in the Facebook group and is on here live and participates in the accountability assignments, you have the opportunity to win some great prizes this week. So there's going to be 2 Amazon gift cards given out. There's going to be 2 autographed copies of my latest best-selling book right here, the LinkedIn book for marketing and sales. So I'll be sending 2 autographed copies to 2 winners. And the other is 2 people will be getting access to one of my signature courses, the 5 layers of LinkedIn, absolutely free. It's typically a $200 course that 2 people are going to get free access to. And again, in order to have the opportunity to participate in any of those prizes, that obviously there'll be 2 winners announced tomorrow from today, 2 announced on Wednesday from Tuesday, and 2 announced on Thursday from Wednesday. You A, have to be in the Facebook group. B, you have to do the accountability assignment, because there's going to be a homework thread at the top of the Facebook group. It's going to say day 1 homework thread, day 2 homework thread, day 3 homework thread, with the assignment of what you need to do. And also you need to be on here live. So again, if everybody is clear on those criteria, drop a Y or a yes in the chat. Just want to make sure everybody is with me so they know exactly what to expect. Wonderful. Awesome. Now, the idea of this week's workshop, this actually came about because obviously for anyone that follows me on social media, namely LinkedIn, the one big thing that people struggle with is not only creating content, but creating consistent content and having a routine on the platform. I don't believe in engagement pods. I don't believe in doing anything spammy. I don't believe in doing anything just for likes and comments and views. I like things to be intentional when you're on LinkedIn. And the big thing is, I want all of you by the end of this week to be seen as that go-to person in the space that you're in. And one of the best ways to create sales in your business is through the content that you're going to create. And here's the other thing that I just want to get out there is, if you're not consistent with your content, you're not going to have consistent results in your business. So drop a Y or a yes if you're looking for more consistent results, income, and obviously consistent content on LinkedIn. Awesome. Now, here's the other really, I would say, special thing about this week's workshop that I haven't done before. So I'm going to be obviously going over the 3 specific types of content that I feel everyone should be creating each week and why, which are LinkedIn videos, LinkedIn market research polls, and LinkedIn newsletters. But I'm going to give you a sneak peek into some of my content and how I produce it. But we're going to be in action, meaning you are, I'm going to drop the link one more time. If someone could, if it's possible, if anyone could pop into the Facebook group while you're on here, if you want to grab the URL to the Facebook group and drop it in the link for other people to join, that would be amazing. I would appreciate it. The other thing that I want to tell you is that we're going to I'm not going to only be teaching you, I'm going to be showing you, and then we're going to be doing it ourselves. That's the big thing. Thank you, Janae, appreciate that. The fact of the matter is that we need to get into action. So there was a great podcast that Nancy and I listened to a few weeks back. And in this podcast, the gentleman was going over the fact that too many people are in this phase of business where they're just consuming and learning. Consuming, learning, consuming, learning. And what they end up doing is building something called shelf help, where you just have, I'm listening to these podcasts, I'm reading these books, but you don't move into the most important phase, which is the application phase, applying what you learn. So what I'm going to challenge all of you this week is to not only learn what needs to be done on LinkedIn from a content perspective, but I'm going to challenge each and every one of you to apply right away. So we're going to be going over video content today, which means you're going to do a video by tomorrow. And that's the key. The only way to get over the hump, the only way to get over being overwhelmed, The only way to get over being in action is to do it. Everyone always asks me, you know, what's the secret? Well, there is no secret. The secret is, if you want a desired result, if you want a desired outcome, you're going to have to apply something that you've learned to create that outcome. So if everybody is clear on that, just drop a Y or a yes in the chat. And again, what we're going to be focusing on today is just posting 3 days a week. And that's why this week is so important, because you're learning something new each day. You're going to learn all about video today, all about market research polls tomorrow, and you're going to learn about starting a LinkedIn newsletter on Wednesday. And then you have that bonus day on Thursday with me where you can pre-submit questions or ask any questions that you have in regards to anything that we've gone over. Now, how many of you are posting inconsistently on LinkedIn? Just drop a Y or a yes if you feel that you're posting inconsistently on LinkedIn. Okay. Well, first, I appreciate everyone's transparency and honesty. And what I can tell you is that the first step to actually getting to where you want to be is acknowledging that there's a kink in the hose, acknowledging that you need to do more. Now, the misconception that I want to kind of lay to rest is there's a lot of people that feel that you have to post every single day on LinkedIn. You don't. You don't. I always like starting people off with what I call the bookshelf methodology, meaning you have your bookends, and then you have the books in the middle, right? Now, the one bookend is going to be your video content. The books in the middle are going to be your poll question. And your other part of the bookend is going to be your LinkedIn newsletter. And they all tie together. And again, I want to decrease the amount of overwhelm that people feel, because I think we're all over-consumed with social media at this point. It just seems like, A, there's a new social media platform coming out every single week, and B, we're just in consumption overload. There's so much content out there. And what I want to help all of you this week is to streamline that process. Have a rhythm and be succinct with everything that you're doing, because one's going to feed the next, right? So your video content is going to be based on your zones of genius. Your market research polls are going to be based on known struggles that your ideal target market has. Your LinkedIn newsletters are going to be long-form informational resources for people to dive into. By the end of this, you are going to completely understand the point and the value of being a person of value. You want people to have a reason to come engage in your content. So if that's clear and if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat. Good. Now, the other thing is that how many of you, just drop a Y or a yes, or an N or an O. Y or yes if this is your first time with me, N or no if you're a returning person to any of my workshops. I'm seeing a bunch of no's. I'm seeing some yeses. So for the new people that are here that have never seen me train, the people that have been here before, they will tell you I am not a fluffy trainer, meaning I don't give you just very basic information. I pride myself on being a person of value, even when I'm doing a free workshop, because I want to move the needle for you guys. This is something that I talked about in one of my LinkedIn lives earlier today. You know, you have to give in order to get. You can't be afraid to give too much information. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. So many people try to hold their business so closely to themselves that, you know, they have this fear, well, if I give too much, no one's ever going to buy anything from me. Well, what I want all of you to think about, anything that you've ever bought, any coach that you've ever hired, any course that you've ever purchased, it's because there was a line of know, like, and trust there. When you cross that line, you're like, I know this person, I like this person, I trust this person. That's what I want for all of you this week. I want all of you to build that know, like, and trust with your networks. And here's the other thing. You're going to feel so good about everything that we're going to cover this week because you're going to have a clear direction of what you need to be doing. This is not cookie cutter. We're not all going to be posting the same things. We all have different target markets. We all have different clients and customers that we serve. So that means our content should be different. So if that's clear and if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat. Just want to make sure. Awesome. Now, so the way that we're going to do this is I have some slides and I'm going to be sharing my screen. After that is done, we're going to do a live look onto LinkedIn. So you can actually see the example of what we covered today in regards to video content today, polls tomorrow, and newsletters on Wednesday. So drop a Y or a yes or an N or a no if you have or have not done LinkedIn video, whether it was a live video or just pre-recorded, just to kind of take a temperature of the group. So I'm seeing a lot of no's. Okay. Now, here's the thing, and this is just me being completely honest. I understand why people don't do video. Number one, people end up being scared, right? We have this, I don't know, we have this comfort in videoing other people, whether it's our partners, our significant others, our friends, our family, our cats, our dogs, our parakeets, whatever we have, right? But as soon as we reverse that camera around on ourselves, we're like a deer in headlights. We don't know what to say. I don't like how I look. What if I mess up? I don't want to sound stupid. Listen, one of my favorite quotes is by T. Harv Eker, who wrote the book, the Success Habits of the Millionaire Mind. He says, every master was once a disaster. Every master was once a disaster. So if you haven't done one before, that's okay. I stunk in the beginning. I was horrible, terrible. But 11, 12 years later, I can do it like it's the back of my hand because it's repetition. It's just like going to the gym, right? No one walks into the gym once, works out, and walks out looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It doesn't work that way. It's repetition. It's that daily habit. So again, I'm going to challenge all of you. And if you are ready and you are up to the challenge, I want you to type in the chat, challenge accepted. So I'm going to hold you to it. You're not here just to build more shelf help. You are not here just to learn something from me and say, well, maybe I'll do it. You're here to apply what I'm teaching you. Whether it's free or not, you're here to move the needle of your business forward. And no matter what fear you have, just know you're not alone. You're not alone. Every single person that's ever done video on any platform in general will absolutely tell you they were shaking in their boots the first time they hit post or hit go live. Everybody feels that way. So you're not alone. So the idea of today is to get you comfortable with the concept of what you need to do in video. And obviously there's going to be an accountability assignment at the end. Obviously there's going to be a homework pinned to the group. So again, if you have not yet joined the private Facebook group, make sure you do so in the chat. There's a couple links for you to do that. There's been emails sent out multiple times just instructing you to join the Facebook group, because those that are in the group that are also on here live and also participate in the accountability assignments, obviously are going to be up for one of those 6 prizes: 2 Amazon gift cards, 2 autographed copies of my latest book, and 2 people are going to get free access to my $197 course. Now, if you guys are ready to dive in to day number 1, which is obviously going to be LinkedIn video, just drop a Y or a yes in the chat. All right, I'm going to get my screen up. Just give me 1 second, and then I'm going to do a few things. I am going to hide video panel. Okay, if you guys can see this, please just drop a Y or a yes in the chat. I just want to make sure you guys can see this very, very clearly. Let me just bring up the chat really quick. Okay, good. I am good to go. Okay. Well, Now we can officially say, welcome to the Creating LinkedIn Content That Creates Sales 4-day workshop. We're going over video content today. So why is it important to create LinkedIn content for your audience? Well, number one, and this is just, again, I want to, first and foremost, I want to get your mindsets right. I don't want to just teach you what you need to do. I want you to understand why you need to do this. So first and foremost, it's to build relationships, right? Build those relationships. And whenever I get fired up, I get a little warm. So this is coming off. Now we're getting serious. So you want to build relationships, number one. Number two, when you create content, it gives you that ability to then share your expertise, positioning yourself as that go-to person. You can increase your visibility. This is something that I tell Nancy all the time. When she first opened her content repurposing firm, she's like, no one's hiring me. No one's hiring me. I'm like, well, how often are you talking about it on social media? And she goes, I'm not. I'm like, well, there's your answer. Your content will create and increase visibility for what you do. You can attract potential customers just from your content. I have people booking calls on my calendar every single week to work with me just based on the content that I'm providing. It increases your brand awareness, but it also keeps you and has you to have the ability to stay top of mind. So if that's clear and if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat. Good, just making sense. Just want you there. I just want this to be completely clear, making sense so you completely understand why you need to do this. Now, so just some facts. Social media works great as a word of mouth activator, right? We can only get in touch with so many people. And for those that didn't know this, word of mouth marketing leads to 5 times more sales than a paid media impression. And people are 90% more likely to trust and buy from a branded recommended by a friend. 90% more likely. So just by showing up on social media in a consistent fashion, providing value is going to put you into that 90% more likely. Type in the chat, how would it feel, type of feeling, a word to describe how it would feel to be in that 90% of that trusted arena of people where you can get 5 times more sales. Type of feeling. Proud, great, fabulous. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Future buyers will stalk you on social media for a while before reaching out to you. That's the fact. I mean, I can't tell you how much of a fact that is. It's the truth. People have been following myself and Nancy for a long time. And sometimes, it takes a little bit of time to cross that finish line. But when they do, they do. So just, how many of you are familiar with Evan Carmichael? Drop a Y or a yes or an N or a no. Just so he's got one of the top YouTube channels out there for inspiration. And I had a client that hired me a few years back based on Evan's recommendation. I have never talked to Evan. We have never communicated before, but he's a connection of mine on LinkedIn, sees my content all the time. And this person was asking for a LinkedIn expert, and Evan recommended me. That is the power of word of mouth. Your ultimate goal is to find passionate leads from your social media marketing and the content that you create. That is the goal. Going back to something that I said earlier. Everyone starts at 0, right? Finish this sentence. Every master was once. How do you finish that? Every master was once a disaster. We all start at the same exact place. Here are your goals. Give value. Get yourself organized and be consistent. If you feel that you can commit to giving value, getting organized, and being consistent with your social media content. Drop a Y or a yes in the chat. And again, I'm going to hold you to it. And here's the thing. I want each and every one of you to be here every single day. You know, there's 100 on here now. I want to see 100 people tomorrow and on Wednesday, because we're going to be doing something each and every day. You are going to feel so good. Just imagine how it's going to feel to have a video done this week, have a market research poll done this week, and to create your newsletter this week. You guys are going to feel so good. I can't stress to you enough the importance of this. Now, when we're talking about creating content, you do want to utilize a strategy called content buckets. Now, content buckets are 3 to 5 topics your brand will consistently discuss, amplify, and create content for and on social media. So let me give you a little quiz. Type in the chat if you know this answer. What's one of my content buckets? It's very easy, but I'm still going to ask you. What's one of my content buckets? If you know the answer, type it in the chat. There it is. LinkedIn. LinkedIn education is one of my content buckets. So these are also known as content topics, content categories, or zones of genius. So instead of focusing on 3 to 5, type in the chat right now, if you had to pick your one main content bucket, meaning your zone of genius, type it in the chat. What is your zone of genius? What is your specific zone of genius? What do you want to be known for? Working with special needs children. I love that. Prospecting, financial independence, health, reading a stock chart, energy healing. Wonderful. Automation, specialty needs writer, downsizing, commercial loans, client satisfaction, branding, pain management, trading options, recovery, inspiration. You guys got it. I would say what you guys are doing right now is far more important than creating the content, because if you don't have a clear idea of what your zone of genius is, how are you going to create content for it? You're not. You have to know what your zone of genius is for you to be able to then create the content to it. So if that makes sense and if that's clear, drop a Y or a yes in the chat. Now, so if we want to simplify this even further, right? What do you want to be known for? So let's do this exercise together. What do you want to be known for? The expert in what? Type it in the chat. Again, you know mine. I want to be the expert in LinkedIn education information. What do you want to be known as? What do you want to be known for? If someone is to think of you, what are they going to say? Oh, that's what they do. You know, Deb Rice, healthy lifestyle expert. You know, Stephanie Pratt, client nurturing specialist. You have to think about what you want to be known for. Because when you know what you want to be known for, you can then start to create content for it. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat. Good. Now, so again, the content buckets also help tell your ideal client what they need to know more about you, your business, and your offering. So this could be a blog, Instagram highlights, but we're going to use your LinkedIn content as the example. The thing is that people aren't going to know who you are, what you do, and how you help people if your content isn't a clear describer of your zone of genius. Giving those tangible tips, those educational resources, is going to position you the way that you want. Now, as your business evolves, your content buckets may change. So if you have a new product, if you have a new service, your content bucket might change. So I just want everyone clear and understanding. Just drop a Y or a yes in the chat if you guys are with me so far. Now, think of your business mission and what makes you unique. So this is what I really want you to start thinking about. Don't just choose a content bucket that focuses on your product and your service, right? You can also include a content bucket that showcases other things that will help your client learn more and how to connect with you. So yes, I focus on LinkedIn, but I do LinkedIn education, LinkedIn information, LinkedIn features, new features, a whole smattering of different things that relate to my zone of genius. So if that's clear, just drop a number 1 in the chat. Just type number 1 in the chat if that's clear. So when a potential client visits your social media, when they go to LinkedIn, what they see must enhance and coincide with your message. So I want you guys to be very transparent and honest with me right now. If an ideal client of yours was to visit your LinkedIn profile, would it be clear as to what it is that you do and how you serve people? Y or a yes, N or a no? Let's be honest. Yes, no, 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 yes, no. Okay. Well, first and foremost, for the people that are typing no, or hell no, as Stephanie did, again, I honor transparency, vulnerability, and honesty. But that also should excite you. Because if you know that what's on your LinkedIn profile is not matching what you do and who you serve, now if we just feed some content to it, guess what? It's going to start connecting the dots. That's the exciting thing. So, think about some of the services that you offer. It could be one-on-one coaching. It could be consulting, online courses. What can you answer prior to people working with you? Right? What questions can you answer prior to them working with you? So with your audience, right? Think about the problems that your audience has. This is going to come into play in all of your content. Answers to those problems and how you can help them. So type in the chat, if you had to think about the number one problem that your target audience has or your target client, what's the number one problem that they have right now? So for me, I could say they don't know how to create content. They're not generating leads. They're not creating sales. They're not sure what to do. Lack of education, understanding their special needs child. Everyone is unique. Yeah. Think about the big problems that your ideal. Yep. Getting leads, procrastination, gut health. Yeah. So today's focus is going to be all about LinkedIn video. Now, type an N or a no if you've never done a LinkedIn video before. N or a no if you've never done a LinkedIn video before. Okay. If you've never done one and you are committed to doing the work this week, drop a Y or a yes in the chat. Here's the thing. I promise each and every one of you, you put yourself out there, the floodgates are going to be open in the best way possible. Just by starting to create LinkedIn content, you're going to create leads and you're going to create sales. Just by your video content. I can promise you that. Now, with LinkedIn video, it can be recorded any length, and like again, of yourself sharing about a topic. Now, in the very beginning, as you start really getting into the guts of this, I typically recommend starting from about 30 seconds up to 4 minutes in length. So there are a lot of people, and I'm going to show you examples of both. I'm going to show you an example of a 30-second video. I'm going to show you an example of like a 3 to 4 minute video. And I'm also going to show you an example of a longer video, a live video. Now, no matter how little or how much you are actually providing as far as the length of your video, it's plenty of time to grab people's attention, but also you don't want to make it too long as a pre-recording. A live video is much different. The main point is, what does your audience want? So there are some people that like to do very short form, meaning they like to do 30 seconds to 60-second videos, quick little bites, maybe 1 or 2 tangible tips, and then be done. There are some people that like to do 2 to 4 minute videos, which there might be 2 or 3 different tips given around a topic. And then there's people like me that like to do more longer form, meaning they'll, I'll do a LinkedIn live training that covers, maybe 3 or 4 different key points around a topic for 15 to 20 minutes. So type in the chat what I want you to type is either short, mid, or long. So would you prefer to do short form, which is like 30 to 60 second, mid 2 to 4 minutes, or long, which is 15 minutes? So I'm seeing short, long, short, all. Okay, short or mid. Perfect. Now, for just this specific video that we're going to be doing this week, I want us all, every single one of us, I want us to focus on a 30 to 60 second tip video. If that's clear, just drop a Y or a yes in the chat. A 30 to 60 second tip video. That's it. So just one tip. Now that could take 30 seconds. It could take 60 seconds. And we're not talking about reposting. We are going to be creating a new piece of video content, and we're going to be posting it. So if everybody is clear on that, type the word clear in the chat. If everybody's clear, just type the word clear. Okay. We are doing a 30-second video. And I can't tell you how good it's going to feel to all of you when you get this out there, when you get it done. Okay? So if you are going to end up doing, mid-length, which is 2 to 4 minutes, if you're going to end up doing LinkedIn Live, that's fine. Or even if you do that already, we're all going to do 30 seconds. We're all going to do a 30-second video, including me. You're going to see mine posted tomorrow as well. So you will see me doing the do with all of you. Okay? So we're doing this together. And you're going to see, again, you're going to be seeing everything in real time. You're going to see a LinkedIn poll on Wednesday. You're going to see an example of a newsletter, all that. We're doing this together. This is not just me teaching and training. This is me about teaching, training, and applying with all of you. That's why this is so different. So if everybody's clear on that, just drop a Y or a yes in the chat. Awesome. Now, there's a couple different things that you can use to help yourself. Now, these are not requirements. These are not requirements whatsoever. How many of you are familiar with Zoom? Just drop a Y or yes. I know most of us are at this point. Okay. So if you want to do your videos via desktop, meaning your computer, you're going to use Zoom. You're going to record it right on here, and you're going to upload that file right to LinkedIn. There's also, and this is for Mac, there's something called the Teleprompter app. It's a Chrome extension. And basically, if you need a little bit of help with verbiage and you need some like notes that kind of run in the background while you're doing your video where it's not shown on screen, that is something that you can use. And then there's a newer one called Opus.pro. Now, Opus is free. And what it does is say, and I'm just going to give you an example. And, we'll clarify this after I'm done. So say you record a 10-minute video, right? So you have a bunch of things that you want to talk about. You have 2 or 3 topics, and you record a 10-minute Zoom. Okay. So let's use that as an example. Just drop a Y or a yes if you guys are with me so far. Okay, good. Now, and again, if you don't have a LinkedIn account yet, you can start one and post it there, or you can just post it on Facebook. Someone asked that. So you do your 10-minute video, and what you can do is you can record it through Zoom on your computer, and you can go to the opus.pro site, sign up for a free account, and you can actually drag and drop that recording into Opus. And what it does is that it breaks it up into 60-second mini video clips for you. So it'll give you like 10 shareable videos based on that one video that you did. So if that's clear and if that makes sense, just drop a Y or a yes in the chat. Now, the cool thing is it's an AI tool that, you know, captions it for you. And I'm going to show you what the finished result is. It's amazing. So you don't have to mess with it right now because we're just going to do just a regular 30-second tip video. But at the end of the week, look into opus.pro. It's really fun. It gives you bountiful amounts of content that you can then post. And it's just awesome. So definitely check it out. But those are, I would say Zoom is the biggest one. I would say opus.pro is the second best one. And then teleprompter, if you need it, is there. Now, the anatomy of a video. The anatomy of a video. There's 5 things, right? The introduction to yourself, what you're going to be talking about today, your topic, recap, and your call to action, right? So let me give you an example. Hey, everyone, Scott Aaron here. There's my introduction. Today, we're going to talk about a simple tip of how your content can create more leads on LinkedIn because all of us could use more leads for our business. Then I'm going to talk about the topic. So what you want to do is you want to make sure no matter what content that you push out each week, whether it's a video, a poll, a post, an article, you want to make sure that it's of significant value and it's teaching your ideal audience something that can be done to move their business forward. Okay, so there's a little bit about the topic. Now let's recap. So just to recap really quickly, remember, when you produce value-added content that is solving problems for your audience with the content that you're creating on LinkedIn, it could generate leads, which can generate sales in your business. Now, I would love to hear from all of you. Drop into the comments below. What was your biggest takeaway from today's little tip? Have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time. Done. I introduced myself. I told them what I was talking about. I talked about that topic. I recapped it, and I gave the call to action. So if that's clear and if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat. And again, how long was that? 35 seconds? Type a number 1. Type a number 1 if you feel you can do what I just did. Yeah, it's right there. As long as you follow that little anatomy chart, introduction, what you're talking about, talk about the topic, recap that topic, call to action. Now, the call to action, just to let everybody know, the call to action should always be asking your audience, right? Ask them, what was your biggest takeaway? What was your biggest takeaway? Drop into the comments below, what was your biggest takeaway? People ask me all the time, Scott, how do you get more people to engage? How do you get more people to engage? How do you get more people to engage? Well, you get them to engage by asking them to. If any of you have seen any of my LinkedIn lives or any of my stuff, I always ask, drop in the comments below. What was your biggest takeaway? Yeah, your CTA. If you want people to engage, you have to ask. You have to ASK to GET. You have to ask in order to get. So if that's clear and if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat. Awesome. Now, again, we are going to focus on 30 to 60 seconds in length. 30 to 60 seconds in length. We're not doing even if you do 2 to 4 minutes right now, even if you do LinkedIn Live right now, we're all doing 30 to 60 second videos, including myself, including me. You will see mine on LinkedIn tomorrow. Now, again, if you're going to do, so just drop in the chat, either type desktop or phone if you're going to do yours from the desktop or the phone. What are you going to do your video on? Desktop, phone, desktop, phone. Okay. All right. Little mixture. Okay. So for those that are doing it on the desktop, okay, choose a title and write out your bullet point, okay? So you're going to choose that little overarching topic that you're going to speak about, and you're going to write down your one key point. So if you're with me on that so far, just drop a Y or a yes in the chat. So title and your one bullet point. Good. Then you're going to open Zoom, which we all have on our desktops. You're going to click record. You're going to record your 30 to 60-second video with that little 5-step outline that I mentioned. Hit stop recording, end the meeting. It saves to your computer, and it's ready to be uploaded. If that's clear, just type the word clear in the chat. If that's clear, just type the word clear in the chat. Good. Awesome. So for those that are doing desktop, this is what you're going to do. Now, for those that are doing through the phone, okay, same thing. You are going to choose your title, write out your bullet points. Same as if you were doing it on desktop. You're going to prop up your phone. So you're going to take your phone, you're going to prop it up. So you can prop it up against your computer. You can prop it up against a wall, whatever you want to do. If you want, you can hold it, but make sure you angle it up. You don't want to be talking up. You want to kind of hold it straight out. Okay. So if everybody's with me so far, Y or a yes in the chat, you can prop it up or hold it. It's only 30 to 60 seconds. I feel like you could hold it up there. Open your camera. Make sure the camera is facing you. So you're going to hit the little button that reverses the camera. You're going to hit that red record button. You're going to follow those 5 steps of the anatomy of your video. And then once you're finished, you're going to hit stop recording. It's going to be saved to your camera roll, and it's ready to be uploaded onto LinkedIn. So if that's clear and if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat. Beautiful. Awesome. Now, once it's recorded, and I'm going to kind of show you some examples. Obviously, for those that haven't done this, you're going to open the LinkedIn app or go to the desktop version. You're going to click on create a post, add your video to the post, add a brief description and a few bullet points of what your video is about, right? You don't want to just post your video and that's it. You want to give a little description, right? There's a little title. Here's what I'm talking about. Here's the key point, right? You want to finish with a little call to action. You know, what was your biggest takeaway? Just like you reiterated in the video. And then you want to have 2 to 3 targeted hashtags. So mine would be like hashtag LinkedIn, hashtag business, hashtag LinkedIn tips. So you're not just posting a blanketed video. You want a little description above it. So if that's clear, just drop a Y or a yes in the chat, and I'm going to show you. Okay, good. Just want to make sure everybody is with me. Again, this is going to be part of your accountability assignment for tomorrow. Okay. Now, let me show you a couple examples of some of my videos, whether they were short form, long form. Let me just make sure. Exit full screen. Okay. If you guys can see my LinkedIn screen, please just drop a Y or a yes in the chat. Okay, cool. Beautiful. All right, let me just do this. All right. Beautiful. Good, good, good. Okay. Now, so again, if you're on the desktop version, all you actually have to do, you can either hit start a post or you can actually just hit media, and that will allow you to then just select a video that you want to upload to LinkedIn. Okay. You can hit start a post, and then you can also hit add media, and then it's going to take you to the same screen. Okay. So that's how, and it looks the same way on the mobile version as well. So let me just show you, this is the finished product of Opus. So again, you're not using Opus. I want you guys to be, drop a Y or a yes. You're not using Opus. I'm just giving you an example of a short form video. All right, I'm going to move my microphone back so you guys can actually hear this. Just give me 1 second. So
the big thing is it's always quality over quantity. I would rather have a smaller amount of likes, comments, and views from people that I know are organically finding it and are finding value in it than basically agreeing to and with 10 or 15 people that we're going to like and comment on each other's stuff regardless. Again, I am all about supporting other business professionals. Do not take that out of context. I love supporting other business professionals, but we can do it on our own terms.
So if you guys heard that, just drop a Y or a yes in the chat. Okay, good. Beautiful. So that's an example of a very short form video. And you can see right here, right? So I wrote some context, right? Here's the big thing, quality over quantity, some verbiage. You know, would you rather have a small and mighty network or a large disengaged network? Comment below, and then a couple different hashtags. So this is what a shorter form video looks like. So you can see right here, small and mighty, small and mighty, small and mighty. So if everybody is clear on that, just drop the word clear in the chat. Okay. So that is exact, like you're not using Opus, but it's a nice short form video, 30 to 60 seconds. Now, let me show you what a longer one looks like. Okay. So this one, I did, you know, this was from a couple summers ago. And this ended up being about 5 minutes. But I'll show you this one as well. This is, 3 ways to create momentum in your business. And I used my phone, I was holding it up, and it ended up being 3 minutes in length. So just to kind of show you, it's the same thing, right? I'm not going to play the whole video, but you can see right here, 3 ways to create more momentum in your business. And here's the thing, LinkedIn automatically has closed captionings. So when people are looking at your video, the captions will come up automatically. They will stop once someone presses the speaker. Now, the video example that I showed you was with Opus.Pro that auto captions it for you. So I just want to make sure you guys are clear on that. Just drop a Y or a yes in the chat. Okay, good. So this, again, same example, just a little bit longer. It's more the 2 to 4 minute, but you can see execute your plan, take action, be consistent. And then I talked about all of those things here. Again, it got some reactions. It got reposted a few times. But it's the same principle. It's just a little bit longer, but you're always giving that value, right? Now, the third and final one that I wanted to show you, and again, we're focusing on the 30 to 60 second one. So this was my LinkedIn Live. So again, the 3 types of video content that you can create, right? You can do a 30 to 60 second pre-recorded. You can do 2 to 4 minute, which is mid, and then you can do longer form. Now, people have asked me all the time, what's the longest you could record a video and upload it? 10 minutes is the maximum that you could do a pre-recorded video. So you can do a 10-minute pre-recorded one on your phone or desktop and upload it. I never recommend that. If you're going to do something that length, you're going to do a live video. Someone's not going to sit and watch a pre-recorded video. If they're going to sit and watch a 10-minute video, they want it to be engaging. So you're going to want to do a LinkedIn Live. So if that's clear and if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat. Beautiful. Okay. Now, so again, same thing. I have my content topic. I have my little tips, and I have my call to action, and this is my LinkedIn Live, right? So again, I did one the other day, same thing. You can see right here, update, here are some things that you can do, bunch of comments, bunch of reposts, bunch of shares. It's all the same thing. You are looking to educate and inform your audience. But again, just type it in the chat. How long is your video going to be for tomorrow? Type the answer in the chat. Yes. Yes. 30 to 60 seconds. Do not worry about LinkedIn Live. Do not worry about 2 to 4 minute videos. We are going to focus on 30 to 60 second videos. Type the word commit if you are committed to doing this accountability assignment. I love it. I love it. I'm already so proud of you guys because, again, I want you to do it. Now, here's the deal with the video content. The way that the accountability assignments work is you have up until 30 minutes prior to the next day's training to submit it on the homework thread. So drop an N or a no if you're not yet in the Facebook group for the accountability assignments. Just drop an N or a no if you're not yet in the Facebook group. Okay. If someone could grab the link again to the Facebook group, if you guys could drop it in the chat for the people that aren't in there yet, that would be amazing. And I know a bunch of you are waiting for approval, so you will be approved after. Thank you, Janine. I really appreciate that. So if anyone is not yet in there yet, grab that link. And then basically, you'll be approved from there. So there's going to be a homework thread pinned to the top of the Facebook group that is going to say day 1 homework thread. And I'm going to bring this back up really quickly. Let me just present again. Now, so your accountability assignment for today is to create and post your 30-second LinkedIn video. Once you're done, you're going to post it onto LinkedIn, right? You can post it today, you can post it tomorrow morning, whenever you want. I'm going to be doing mine tomorrow morning. I've already sent my post out for today. So you're going to do yours either. If you haven't done a post yet today, you're going to do it today. If you're going to do it, if you've already done a post for today, you can do it tomorrow. Now, if you're going to do your LinkedIn video today, type the word in today. If you're going to do it tomorrow, type in tomorrow. I just want to see when you guys are going to be doing your LinkedIn video. Today, Kathy says today, tomorrow. So a little mixture. Okay. So once you're going to do once you do that, after you post your video, all you have to do is go to the homework thread under day one homework thread. All you have to do is type in the chat, I posted my LinkedIn video. That's all you have to do. Now, if you wanted to do a little bit extra, you could, grab a screenshot of the video or even drop the link to your video in there. But as long as you type, I posted my LinkedIn video, I will trust you that you did it. Video format. So the video format, you can either do it from your phone, or you can do it from, Zoom and record it from there. And it's 30 to 60 seconds. All you're doing is giving a basic tip. So just to kind of go over that with you, the anatomy of your video is you're going to introduce yourself, right? You're going to, here's what I'm talking about because of this. You talk about your topic, recap, call to action. The best time of day, I would post it at between 7 to 8 a.m. EDT. Post it first thing in the morning because then it'll get traction all day long. So I would do it first thing in the morning. You can do it in the afternoon, which is completely fine if you're going to do it today. I always like getting my information out there in the morning. So if everybody is clear on that so far, just drop a Y or a yes in the chat. I just want to make sure everybody is with me. Okay. So again, the goal is, right, there's going to be, this is recorded. You're going to get an email. And just to let everybody know, you're going to be getting 4 emails a day from me. So do not unsubscribe or mark them as spam because that's going to cut off all communication. So you're going to get a morning email tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. with the replay link to go and watch it. You're going to get an hour reminder for day 2 beginning, a 15-minute reminder, and a we are live, right? So if everybody is clear on that, just drop a Y or a yes in the chat. Awesome. Just want to make sure you guys understand that. I will be announcing the first 2 homework winners at the end of tomorrow's session for the 2 Amazon gift cards. The 2 winners of the autographed books will be announced at the end of Wednesday's session. And the 2 winners that get free access to my 5 Layers of LinkedIn 197 course will be announced at the end of Thursday's Q&A. So if everybody is clear, just drop the word clear in the chat. I just want to make sure everybody is with me. Now, remember, it's a 30 to 60 second video. That's it. All you have to do is type in the pinned post at the top of the Facebook group. I did my LinkedIn video. That's it. You can take a screenshot of it, drop it in there. You can drop the link in there, whatever you want to do. So remember, we're going to be doing video today. You can either post it today or tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to be going over market research polls. And again, we're going to be tightening all this, like how all of your content is going to drive more sales. So tomorrow is really important because your market research polls is not only going to allow you to not only create further content, but it's going to facilitate more topics, more leads, and more sales. And we're going to do all of that tomorrow. So again, today we did video. Tomorrow we're doing LinkedIn polls. Wednesday, we're doing LinkedIn newsletters. And then we got a full gamut of Q&A with me on Thursday. So we are meeting at 1 p.m. every single day this week, Monday through Thursday. Again, you'll get the replays tomorrow. And don't forget to take part in the accountability assignment in the Facebook group. So everyone, I hope you enjoyed day number 1. Love and gratitude. And I'll see everybody same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, everyone.